So anyway, last Tuesday evening, the board met, as we do every once a month, and part of what we talked about was COVID. The big change, there's just one change. Everything, all of our protocols that we've been following over the last, say, I don't know, 6 weeks or so, stay in play. The only thing that is different is that we suggest people wear masks at worship and in fellowship. It's a suggestion, it's not a mandate, it's not anything more than a suggestion, something to think about, make a decision as to whether or not you feel that is a good thing to do. And basically what we're doing with this particular modification is being pretty consistent with what we've been doing over the last several months. In other words, what we fundamentally chose to do is keep it simple, follow CDC guidelines. And currently, CDC guidelines are to fundamentally suggest people wear masks in public types of gatherings. I debated a little bit myself about whether or not this is a public gathering, to be honest with you, in that we recognize the majority of people here are vaccinated. The space is big and it's wide and so on. But in any event, I think it's prudent for us to follow that guidance and suggest that you mask, do so or not. And I hope that whatever people decide to do, it does not become a bone of contention, you know, one way or the other. We're all in this together. We're trying to work it out. We're trying to make sense of it. And we need to pray for each other, be patient with each other, take this thing one step at a time. We've done very well up to now, and I'm grateful for that. I want to say a few more words, though, about COVID, because it's still a huge issue. And the fact of the matter is, 9 out of 10 people that are coming into the hospitals with COVID have not been vaccinated. As a matter of fact, I understand the new numbers for Beaumont Hospital is 93% of those who are coming in with COVID to that healthcare system have not been vaccinated. Now, over the last few months, we've heard about a lot of variants that are taking hold, not everywhere, and they are, but keep in mind, with all of that action, 9 out of 10 people that come into the hospital with COVID have not been vaccinated. I've been praying about this a lot and thinking about it a lot, and I did make note of it a little bit a couple of weeks ago. I got my master's degree in public administration from Wayne State back in 1976. It was a while ago. And my thesis was on comprehensive healthcare planning for Southeastern Michigan. So I was looking at healthcare systems and this and that. And as my practice moved forward, as our practice moved forward in ministry, consulting practice, we did work with, I don't know, 7 or 8 free health clinics of great size in different cities, helping the indigent. So I'm familiar with the kinds of things we're dealing with and talking about, but I would not at the same time pretend to be any kind of an expert. But I've watched all this, and I've watched the conversations with a certain kind of eye and ear. I'm confident that all of us in our society want everyone to be healthy. We all want everyone to be healthy, happy, living fulfilled lives. We all want that for each other at the end of the day, no matter how people dust things up. But it occurred to me, it occurred to me that what we've inherited, my friends, as a culture, as a society, and what we're contending with today is a situation where we are not, as a community, prepared and could never be prepared to eradicate polio. Our forefathers did, and mothers. We're not in a space to do something like that. There's things and commitments and sacrifices that have to be made. We couldn't do it. And I gotta be honest with you, if you study it, I would argue that the slope to cure polio is greater than our slope to get on top of this thing called COVID. People trusted science back then. They questioned science. Ultimately, we were united as a country and we got on top of this thing. You know, I think all of us who have been vaccinated have had to negotiate fear. None of us fell off of a turnip truck. We all recognized that there's so much we don't know. I think of the men and women who went to war. There's so much they didn't know. But I think we came to the conclusion, we let our fears dissipate enough to get a shot for ourselves, for our family, for our community, and we did it. If I look at the public health care system and the strategies that are employed, I understand what they were trying to do. Forget about the herd immunity and all that baloney, but they had to get numbers up high enough. And it hasn't happened. If I think about this life-changing situation we've been in over the last year and a half, and I think about it from a public health perspective and a theological perspective, the only thing we can do that captures the essence of shalom is get vaccinated. That's it. I recognize that there are some who can't. For health reasons, there are some who simply can't. I get that. But I also recognize that there are many of us who are still struggling with fear, distrust, and lots of other things. United we stand, divided we fall. The battle's not over. I'm mad that we have to make this modification. Just suggest that people mask. It's irritating. But what I hope, my brothers and sisters, is this, that we all pray for ourselves, we pray for each other, we commit this whole situation to God. In God we trust. We put it together and we fight for the freedom to be united again. To take this situation and once and for all to become united, to stand and to take hold of this issue that still divides families and friends.